Welcome to Psychic Medium Toni Greene. I'm Toni Greene, the Psychic Medium, and here we go again. So, everybody, thank you so much for joining us here today. Hopefully, this is going to be a good show. I don't know why I laugh at that because I'm thinking of past shows. Okay, so I have a few announcements, then I'm going to do songs and names, and then I will go to callers and questions. My announcements are always the same, but for those of you who are new, please don't be scammed in social media or any place else for that matter. I will never reach out to anybody on social media or any other venue. Not always, not ever. I don't know why I said always. Oh, because I'm reading Genevieve's comment. Hey, Genevieve. I will never ever reach out to anybody on social media or actually on any other venue. I won't reach out and say, hey, you need a reading or you need work or you need anything else. Um, I always direct people to my website where they can make the choice if I'm the right person for them, and then book a session. Oh my goodness. Okay. Next, I don't know what else. This show airs on WSCS, Rude Rangers TV, all of their streaming channels, podcasts, and radio stations. So, when asking a question or connecting to loved ones, please keep that in mind. Okay. Hey, Stevie, hope you're having an amazing day today. Um, oh, my goodness. And I hope that all is going well. Um, I'm going to go straight to songs because those I have written down can actually focus on. So I did a show Saturday night and I did a bunch of songs on that show. But just in case you weren't there for Saturday night show or couldn't get it, these are the songs that have been coming through. I'm going to let you know that the songs are they can be someone who this is their message to you. The song can answer a question. It can be a message from somebody on the other side because this was their favorite song. They know it's your favorite song, or whatever way. If the song makes sense to you, then it's your song. Okay. And the first song coming through, actually not even written down, is Hot Stepper. Here come the hot stepper word. I don't even know all the words to that, but I know when you say that statement, everybody knows it. And then there you are. So whomever that's for, that one just came in. But now I'm going to go to the ones I have written down. Um, that song, Can a Player Just Get a Touch? Okay, so that was the first one. And then the next song was I Don't Want to Be a Player No More. I'm not a player, I just crush a lot. Oh, yeah. Um, okay, this one was even after Saturday night show, it just played all weekend for me. So obviously the person who this was meant for did not get it. And it's You Got Me Stumbling, You Got Me Tripping. And those are that's the only verse I can hear from that song. And I don't even know if that's correct, but if you know, you know, that's your song. Um, and then that song, You Can Go Your Own Way, Go Your Own Way. Okay, and then on the other side we have I'll Stop the World and Melt With You was one of the songs. Now these are this morning songs. Okay, let's get this party started. And I'm not going to sing any more than that. If you know, you know. If that's your song, you got it. You know it's your song. Um, the next song, mm, From the Window to the Wall till sweat dropped down these, you know. I can't even. I till sweat drop down. I till sweat drip down, drop down, drip down. Okay, that song. Um, and then that song, this is a little bit of an older song, but it's, I don't wanna be all by myself. Okay, yeah, I couldn't do that worse if I tried. If I tried, that could not have come out worse. And then the last song for right now, that's all the songs, last song, that song that goes, "Yo diggity, yo dog." I can't, and some of these songs, I legitimately know some of these songs, but when I'm giving the song here, I only get that amount. I only get the verse that's needed for the person. I want to bag it up. Yo diggity. I want to bag it up. Okay. I can't sing rap either, which is so sad because rap is essentially talking to a beat. I cannot talk to a beat. And there's that. Okay. All right. The names I was getting this morning, and again, this could be the person on the other side name. This could be your name. Um, Either way, if you know the name, you know the name. And if I say a name, it might be for more than one person. So please keep that in mind. The first name I'm hearing was getting this morning was Mitch or Mitchell. The second name is Michelle. The third name is Mickey, which is weird because I used to have an aunt and we called her Mickey, but I don't think that was her name. I don't think so. But Mickey, which could, of course, be a nickname for somebody, and then Natalie, and then Brent and Benson are coming in. And I think Benson, if that's not an actual person's name or something they called somebody, it could be somebody's pet because I'm seeing a dog here. Okay, so now we're going to get started with the show. If you're calling in to ask a question, please remember to push 1 so that your hand can go up and I know that you want to ask a question. I want to thank everybody who's here in the chat on YouTube. So we're going to start with Heather. Hey, Heather, Sal, Caroline. Happy Chinese New Year. Yes, Sal. Thank you for reminding me. Happy Chinese New Year to everybody. Very, very, very true. Genevieve, hey, Rebecca's here. And then I'm gonna try to read this name. I'm sorry, you guys. Miss, I'm just gonna call her Misty, and I'm sorry I can't read your name. Um, and then Anne and Mo. Hey Mo, welcome back to the show. Kavita. I'm so dyslexic. Kavita and Nancy and Erin. Hey, Erin. Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl. How are you? How are Lexi and Nora? Oh my goodness. Love seeing you on here. And then Mo again. So I'm going to be going back and forth between the chat and the call log. So if I don't get your question right away, please don't be upset. Just hold on. I'll get to you. People in the chat have been waiting over 20 minutes, some of them. So I just want to make sure that, people on the call log have been waiting like over 20 minutes. So I want to make sure that I'm being fair to people in the time that they spent. I also want to say I do have a bit of a sore throat today. No big deal. It'll go away quickly, hopefully. But if I'm like my voice isn't normal or whatever, just so you know, that's that's a bit of what's going on. Okay, and no, it's just flu season. It's that time of the year when people get sick, not a big deal. I do want to say though, I really want to say um there are some things that are going to be coming out in the news. It's all orchestrated. If you watch mainstream news, a lot of that is orchestrated. Pay it no mind. Pay it no mind. Pay it no mind. Okay. I'm going to go to the first caller who has been waiting patiently. This is 514 514, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Well, I am calling from Canada. Hello, Tony. It's Genevieve.
Hey, Genevieve, how are you?
I'm great. I'm great. It's always great to be seeing you and speaking with you. You're so beautiful and full of energy, as I say, but you're the best. I miss you. Whenever you have no shows, I missed you the next day, and I'm like, I wish you would be back on. To me, you could be back there every day of the week. It would be tremendous.
Oh
It would
my
be just
goodness.
awesome to have you there.
Thank you so much, Genevieve. That's so kind of you. You know, I did a show Saturday night and it kicked my butt. Like I did 2 hours and some of the callers were new and I always try to be really kind to people. And I don't know, maybe it was because I was getting this sore throat or whatever, but somebody called in, they said something, and I was like, no, no. And I just thought to myself, turn it around, Tony, turn it around. But I literally, I was like, I was not, oh gosh, I probably should delete that show because I just was not as kind as I should be to someone. Anyway, Genevieve, thank you for that. I wish I could do a show every day.
No worries. I'll listen to your Saturday show. I'm sorry I missed your Saturday show, but I'll listen for it. But sometimes we have to be direct. I did the same thing this morning to someone. So I think sometimes we just got to lay out how we are and how things are. That's life.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, sometimes. I don't know if this was warranted, but it is what it is. It is what it it was what it was. So so Genevieve, what's going on? How can I help you?
Well, as we spoke before, but I'm still in my great focus, excited possibilities of emanating into my momentum of things moving forward. But I'm calling you because it's going to be my mom's passing anniversary tomorrow. It's going to be 31 years. So when I lost her, I was 19, 20 years old. And you know what? I'm not sad about it. Well, of course, I missed her. I'm not necessarily sad as in crying, but I'm happy that she's here with me vibrationally. And I would like to know, because I know my dad always comes in, but I'd like my dad to step back, and I'd like for my mom to take the front seat. I want to know what my mom wants to say.
Okay, so what's your mom's first name, love?
Okay, it's French, so it's Lise.
Okay.
But you can say Liz. It's basically Liz, but Lise in French.
Okay, thank you. Now there is an M name coming through, but I can't get the name completely. But there is somebody with a M name coming through, but we're going to let that go and we're going to go directly.
Yeah, that could.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That could be my grandmother. That could be my grandmother. Yeah. We used to call her.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, you cut off.
Okay. And I do think it is your grandmother because I do see a grandma. Like I always try to a more mature woman here. And I do know your mom is here. And the first thing that she is saying, I don't know if this makes sense to you, it should. Spitting image. Now that can be in looks or behaviors or something, but the first thing she is saying is spitting image. And this could be you or your daughters, something or someone is a spitting image of someone, obviously, and she's repeating it. And then the next thing she wants to say is it's a, I know the statement, but then there's a song coming through too. So the statement is, you've come a long way. You've come such a long way. Don't slow down. Don't slow down. And then the song that's coming through is, and I'm going to butcher the song. It's been a long time since I've seen you, my friend. Something, something, something till I see you again. So that's her song that's coming through to you. She wants you to know she's showing me something about a bedroom. Now, typically, when I see an image of a room, I will say if they're showing me the bedroom, that means to me, one of the things that means, and to you, this might have a different meaning, Genevieve, but to me, one of the things that this always means is that they're with you when you sleep. They're there as you fall asleep. They're there as you sleep, and in your waking, they are there. And she wants you to know that, and she is showing me the bedroom and the lights out, like a dark bedroom, and she's letting me to see this, and saying, I'm always with you. I'm in your heart, I'm in your soul, I'm in your head, and I'm in your presence. And then the next thing that she would want to say to you is that she is having epiphanies and growth. And I do believe that even when we get to the other side, we still grow and we still learn. I do believe we're constantly evolving. We evolve always. And she is having epiphanies, and she is growing. But what I think, Genevieve, is if you're still having, okay, if you're still having difficulty sleeping, I think she's bringing these messages and knowings to you during those hours, and that might be why you are having a difficult time sleeping. Okay, so she wants you to know that. She just definitely, she wants you
Okay.
to know that she's there communicating with you in your bedtime, in the time, in your sleep time or your bedtime. And she also wants you to know that you're going to have like light bulb moments coming in, a lot of light bulb moments coming in. Okay, love.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much. And keep on rocking, my dear Toni. Keep on rocking. And I like the song. I'll look it up. And also, you're gonna go your own way. I can't sing either, but that sounded good to me.
Thank you. Which song was it? Go Your Own Way, or which one? What? I'm sorry. Can you sing the song again, Genevieve? I think I lost Genevieve. Oh no, I'm sorry, Genevieve. Okay, I'm going to go to 405. You are next. If you would like to call in and ask a question, the number is 845-277-9131. You can call in and ask a question or connect with a loved one. It's so much, if you're in the chat and you have questions and you want to ask them, it's so much easier. More information can come out over the phone than it can if I'm just answering in the chat. But it's okay if you're asking in the chat. I'm going to back up the chat just a little bit to try to get some of the questions here and see what question I can get, and try to be fair, and answer the first, and um, answer the questions in the order that they came in. Uh, so Anne wants to know, my mom's B-day was yesterday. I miss her. Any message from her? So Anne, this is for you. The first thing I hear, and Anne, if this doesn't make sense, I apologize. But the first thing I hear is Carter, the word Carter, Carter. If that makes sense, and if anything I say makes sense, please chat back to me. The next thing that I'm hearing is Okay, I don't know if this makes sense to you. I hope it does. And if it's something for the future, it might not make sense yet. It may make sense in, I'm hearing, a month. And it could be something your mom used to say, this next statement, the day will come, or through the day, I don't know, the day will come, or their day will come, something along those lines. Excuse me, something along those lines, something about the day will come, rue the day, or their day will come, something like that. I don't know what that means, but I will tell you, and the one thing she does want to tell you is, eat eat the cake. Just eat the cake. Enjoy your life. Not the whole cake, but eat the cake. Just eat the cake. Enjoy your life. Oh, and then I hear that song. In the end, it doesn't even matter. So eat the cake. I hope that makes sense to you, Anne. I really do. Okay, I'm going to try to do everybody's questions on both sides. If I if I accidentally skip your question or miss your question, please repost it. I'm not doing it at all intentionally. Sometimes I just get lost in the conversations. Okay, 405. 405, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Michelle. I'm calling from Oklahoma.
Hey, Michelle, how can I help you today?
Well, my sister Heather, who is a devoted follower, told me to call in because she said that something about earlier in your show that the spirits may have a message for a Michelle. I don't know if that's me.
Oh, Michelle!
I thought I would give it a
Michelle! I did at the beginning of I had to relook at my list of names that they called out at the beginning of the show. And yes, Michelle it was Mitchell, and then Michelle and Mickey. It was almost all M names today, which I just thought was interesting. Okay, so Michelle, um, okay, Michelle, I hope this makes sense to you. You have a grandpa on the other side, and your grandpa, um, I hope you have a grandpa on the other side. I'm seeing
I do.
a gentleman with a bit of a belly, and I'm not saying he's a big old, whatever. He just had a bit of a belly at some point in his adulthood, and I see him with some, I'm not seeing his facial features, but I do see him with some sort of hat on. And then in this particular thing, I see him holding something in his hand. It could be like I don't know if this is a pitchfork or what. Anyway, it could be a gardening tool or a lawn tool or something. I see him standing holding that, and like in bib, like these bib overalls. I don't know for sure. This might have been one time ever that this person wore this, or on the regular. I don't know. This is the vision I'm getting. However, what I'm going to say to you is, um, okay, Michelle, I'm going to ask you. He's showing me a younger boy, and this boy is about a toddler age boy. Um, if this makes sense to you, that's good. It might not make sense because I haven't said enough for it to make sense yet. I really haven't. Unless you know, then you know. Now, this could mean a couple of different things. This could be your son when he was younger. It could be your son now, or it could be there's another child coming into your family. Doesn't mean you're going to pop a baby out. It could mean somebody else is going to pop a baby out. It's going to be a boy. If somebody's pregnant, they're about to have a boy. This is definitely a little boy with brown hair, and he's wearing like tan pants and a plaid like it's not plaid, but plaid shirt, and the colors are kind of brownish also. And it's long sleeve. I don't know why I'm going into such detail on this. Anywho,
It's okay.
um, your grandpa is showing you this, and I don't know why. I don't know if this is what's coming in or what. Does any of this make sense to you? For the love of all that's good, does it make sense to you?
Well, the grandpa, yes, and my daughter is pregnant, but it is a girl.
Okay. Um, I'm I'm gonna say congratulations, first of all. I'm gonna say
Thank you.
congratulations. Everything I'm seeing with this child
and,
now,
and Grandpa,
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, Grandpa was a farmer, and he always wore hats, and I have many of his hats whenever he did pass. So
Okay.
that's close, but keep going.
Awesome. Thank you for confirming that. I love that. Um, I do love that. Thank you. And maybe the overalls and the gardening tool he was showing me was just to confirm, like to push home the gardening thing. Maybe the hat wouldn't have been, or the farming thing. I'm so sorry. Um, Maybe the hat wouldn't have been enough to confirm that. But this is like sometimes they show me things to push home the knowing of it. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but here's what I'm going to say. If this is an image of your granddaughter, she's just in tan. She's as a toddler. I think it's a boy, though. I'm saying it's definitely a boy. It doesn't mean it's this particular child coming in. Um, what I am going to say is if it's not this particular child that's coming in from your daughter, um, I believe it will be the next one. But there is, I feel like, and I don't know, I don't know. I f- this they're showing me this little baby. I'm only seeing the baby from the back, and it is a toddler, barely walking. If toddlers walk, maybe it's pre-toddler because it's in diapers and it's on the floor playing and whatever. Um, anyway,
Okay.
anyway, let's rein it back in. Anyway, this child is if this is a little girl that they're showing me, they're just letting me know the baby's coming in, everything's going to be okay. But I do feel like there is a boy, maybe there is a boy coming in right on the heels of this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Michelle. I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, I do have a son, and we're hoping he doesn't have a child anytime soon. But I mean, that is a very good possibility. So I'll have to call him and check on that. But the funny thing is, this morning, my cousin did pass. And, a long time ago, but I saw his a post on Facebook, and it showed a snow angel on his grave. And so maybe somehow it's tied into that because it was very upsetting to see. But Toni, I really appreciate you. And maybe this isn't meant for me. Maybe this was another Michelle, but just you taking the time, I really love you, and I really appreciate you.
You are so welcome, and I'm my pleasure. I'm going to say this to you, and I don't know why. Obviously, if you're the Michelle they meant, if you're not the Michelle they meant, I'm grateful that you called in. And what I'm going to say to you is, your grandpa obviously showed up, and he's showing the baby for a reason, or the toddler, whatever this child is, um, showing it for a reason. And maybe that's to let you know what else is coming in, like, or to let you know everything's going to be okay, no matter what. So here's what I'm going to just kind of say or add in a little bit. And I don't sometimes when women are pregnant, or when there's a pregnancy coming in, they will let you know, just to let you know that no matter what happens during that pregnancy, or that, everything's going to work out, the baby's going to be healthy, it's going to be good. Or if you're not aware that there's a pregnancy, that there's one coming in, and just know it's kind of meant to be. I don't know. Either way,
I
whether
love
you're
that.
the
I
Michelle
love
they
that.
were talking about or whatever, they just want you. I'm happy you called in, because this is obviously your grandpa showed up for you and was here to give you a message about a baby. So remember this as time goes on, that you are going to, and a lot of my messages, I do want to say this too. Sometimes when I give messages to people, they're not something that happens the next day or the day after. It might be something that takes a moment for it to come in. So whenever this comes in, just remember, everything's going to work out. It's going to be good. Okay, sweetie?
Yes, ma'am. And thank you, Grandpa. I love you. I miss you so much. And Toni, I appreciate you so much. I did go in the chat and say, hey, this is Michelle, XYZ. So when you get to that message, here I am.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I totally appreciate that. Michelle, thank you so much for calling in. I hope that
right.
you, if you ever have a question or want to connect with anyone on the other side, please feel free to call in again. Okay, love?
Yeah, and I have. It's I normally go by Shelly P, but my real name is Michelle.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you.
You too. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye, love. I'm gonna go to the next question in the chat, and then I'm going to take more phone calls. So the next question in the chat uh, is Happy Monday, Modi. Uh, okay. Hi, Toni. This is from Kavita. Hi, Toni. Do you pick up anything about these two healers I am working with? RW and SK. Am I receiving any benefits from their healing sessions? Some. I'm gonna say this, and please don't, sometimes my answers come off in full snark mode. I mean, full snarky, like sarcasm mode. And I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't care anymore. Um, if you're not feeling it, if you're not seeing it, maybe not the people to be working with. I'll tell you, um, Jimmy Mack is an amazing healer. And if you go to jimmymackhealing.com, Jimmy spelled like Jimmy, MACK healing.com, and you have one session with him, I mean, you feel it, you're like, yeah, this is working. And if you're not having some sort of experience like that, if you have to question whether this is working or not, it's not that they're not authentic healers. They might not be on your frequency, and you need people who are on your frequency or above to kind of work with you and heal you. Somebody below your frequency can't take you higher. And I'm not saying these people are below your frequency. I'm just saying I do believe that there are energetic matches in readings and healings and all of that. But if you have to question uh, if this is working, I would say find someone else, because you should know. You should feel it. You should know. 100%. 100% you should feel it. You should know. When people are in my office, they're moving around, they're swaying with certain work, with other work, they come out and they're like, oh my gosh, yeah. Even over the phone, people will feel it and know. So if you're not having that profound of a result immediately, call Jimmy. He'll be able to work with you on that, and you'll definitely feel the difference. Okay, thank you, Kavita, for that question. I'm going to go to the next caller, who is, did I do 205? I'm going to do 205. 205, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Tony. Thank you so much for taking my call. Patricia from Alabama.
Hey,
It's always
Patricia.
my pleasure. My question is, I've talked to you about my issue and long, prolonged negotiation settlement with my homeowners insurance company. Today, I want to ask you whether the attorney in, I'm trying to see where she's in. Oh God, I just hadn't. She's in Delphine, Alabama. Will she take me as a client, or do I need to proceed with attorneys in Huntsville, Alabama?
Huntsville, definitely. The first one that you mentioned, wherever she is, I had a solid no, and the no might be, even if she took you on, she might not be the right attorney for you. So go look at some attorneys in Huntsville. I feel like you're going to find somebody that's going to be extremely helpful for you, and they're going to understand your case and the system and be able to work right through it and cost you a lot less money. Okay, love?
Okay. Do you see that once I go with these attorneys in Huntsville, that it will get the ball moving quicker because we're going on a year in March?
I feel like it will resolve very quickly once there's an attorney involved. I feel like it's going to go much smoother and more quickly. The only challenge is you, um, and I understand this challenge, you being able to give up a little bit of the control and the say so and to just let them do their job. Sometimes that's really difficult for us. I'm saying it's very difficult for us to do that sometimes. So I want you to, once you have an attorney, let them do what they do. Remember, that's why you're paying them, or how they're getting paid. So don't, that's going to be the only thing that will get in the way of it going very quickly. But once you do have this attorney, I feel like everything is going to resolve rather quickly. Okay.
Thank you so much. As always, I love you and many blessings. Thank you for the message.
Oh my goodness, sweetie. Thank you so much. And you have an absolutely amazing day. And it's my pleasure. Absolutely my pleasure. I'm going to take a question off the chat. If you would like to call in and ask a question, the call in number is 845-277-9131. I'm going to go to what I think is the next question. If it's not the next question, um, I apologize. Nancy is asking, are there any messages from my late husband, Joe, who passed away in April of 2020? Thank you. Okay, Nancy, give me a second here. Where is Joe? There he is. Joe is, as his energy is coming forward, he is funny. He was a little bit of a funny guy, more upbeat because I definitely feel that energy stepping in. Um, so the first thing Joe would say is, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. Everything is good. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I don't know if you've been worried about him. He is giving you signs and symbols. He's giving you confirmations that he's around. Now, Nancy, whether this is Joe or someone else in your life who has passed, one of the things that I'm seeing is cigarette smoke or smoke from what would be a pipe, cigar, cigarette. That is oftentimes a confirmation from the other side, even though they're gone. When we smell that puff of smoke or something smoke related, I'm seeing that, like that. That, when somebody has a cigarette lit and then that stream of smoke comes off of it. That's what I'm seeing. So that's one of the confirmations. If it's not from Joe, it's from another loved one on the other side to let you know that they are there. The other thing that I am getting as a confirmation for you is I instantly hear a song and so music, and then the song is about I don't know if it's Bluebird or Blackbird, but the verse I'm hearing is Blackbird and in the dead of night. I don't know if that's a bluebird or a blackbird. It doesn't really matter, but if it's like a blackbird, obviously when you see birds, it's a confirmation. If it's a specific bird that you know of, then that's a confirmation that he is around you also. And then the other thing he's showing me is a ring, and this was a thicker, a little bit more chunkier, like a chunkier, thicker ring. Okay. I feel like it might have had something here. I'm not seeing it clear enough to know if it had something like a stone or something. But those are the confirmations that I'm getting for you. And then the song, "You can go your own way, go your own way. Can call it sunny day." And I sing as much as they give me, even though I know I can't sing, and I apologize for that. But I sing as much as they give me because there's something in that verse. Now, I don't know if that's a song you liked, he liked, or if there's something in that song, meaning it's time for you to start living your life again or moving forward. Whatever that song means for you, that's what he's bringing through and what he wants you to know. And those are your confirmations. And Nancy, I hope that that message was very, very helpful for you. And I hope that those confirmations are good confirmations for you. If Okay, so if some of these things, like the cigarette smoke, if that was not him, then it's somebody else on the other side. And the ring, if that's not him, that's somebody else on the other side coming through for you. Maybe it's somebody coming through for somebody else, but I think it's him coming, it's people coming through for you, Nancy. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go to the next caller who is 708. 708. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Barbara, and I'm calling from Illinois.
Hey, Barbara, how can I help you today?
I would like to know, is there anybody on the other side, family, willing to chit-chat?
Okay, so I understand your question and I appreciate that. And I should have said this at the beginning of the show. Typically, I ask that you give me the name and relationship of one person. Otherwise, a ton of people will come in and we don't always know who they are. Sometimes great uncles will come in or neighbors will come in. So, who would you like to communicate with today?
What about Robert?
And
Robert or Cal?
what's Robert's relationship to you?
Father.
Okay. And the first thing I hear is brother. So that's also why I ask what their relationship to you is. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to speak for a moment here. Sometimes when I hear like a name or a relation, it could be for somebody on the other side with him that they're here also, or they have a message for somebody here. So do you have a brother that is, let me just see what the message is first. Okay, so what about the brother? Oh, okay. Um, do you also have a brother, or is there a I don't know if this is his brother or your brother, but something on the other side with him. Not something, someone on the other side with him. And the two of them ride in the car with you all the time. Both of them. It's two males, two two old two males. One of them is a little bit older, but they're not young males. They're always in the car. And the I believe it's your father takes the passenger seat and the other guy sits behind you all the time when you're driving. No matter where you go, what you do, they're always in a vehicle with you whenever you're in any mode of transportation, planes, trains, boats, whatever it is, they're always with you when you travel. When you're like, they're with you, but when you're traveling, they're really emphasizing that whenever you go any place, these two are with you. And they were family members. And hear the word familia, so family members, and they were people that you knew, that you were closer to, not distant relatives but closer relatives. And I know one of them is your father. One of them is definitely your father. One of them was not a big guy, but not skinny mini either, especially as he matured. He might have been considered a little bit stockier, like his body was not thin and frail. It was not a thin, frail body, not a medium sized body either. Well, I don't know what's medium in today's world. I don't even know anymore, Barbara. I don't know. You know what, you guys, if I was ever mugged, I could never ever describe the person. Never. I don't, I think that's why they give me so many songs. I, I would have so much trouble even describing like what my own family members that are still here look like, let alone somebody on the other side that I'm seeing this big, like 2 inches big. Okay. So
Yeah.
so I'm sorry if the descriptions are not always as clear or as good or as descript as you would like them to be. But okay, so the bigger, better, whatever thing here is that they are always, especially in a vehicle, anytime you're in any vehicle, they are always with you. And one of them is always trying to tell you, like trying to tell you the better way to get there. Like, oh, it would be shorter if we went this way. Or like always giving directions.
That would be my father.
That's the one that sits next to you. That's the one that sits next to you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's complaining because you don't listen, because you don't care if it's a shorter route. You just want to do the route that makes you most comfortable or gets you there. And then
That's right.
I know he's telling me, but the person in the back just kind of sits there and doesn't really talk or anything. They're more just like wanting to hear like music, wanting to hear music. They just sit and look out the window, enjoy the view. But your father is the one who is always just like saying, let's do this, let's go there, maybe we should stop here, maybe you need to pick up this, and you're like, nope, got my day planned, just going about my day now. So that is your confirmation from them that they are with you. But they also want you to know, both of them want you to know that they're singing the song. Well, they're not singing it, but I'm hearing the song, we are family. Okay, so they're saying the whole family,
him
even
and his brother.
oh, okay. Oh, thank you for confirming that for me.
Yeah.
And letting
See,
me.
I didn't know if it was him. I didn't know if it was him and his brother, or I had brother-in-laws. One died at 27, but he was, I would say he was about 5'8", 5'9", very well built, but he died at 27. And his younger brother was about 48 when he died, and he was like 5'6", 5'7". So I didn't know it was and I think it is my dad and his brother you're talking about, only because that's exactly what my father used to do with me in the car. Why are you going this way? Why don't you go that way? Why don't you turn here? Oh my God, this is taking so much longer. And I really didn't care because I just kind of go with the flow with the energy that just moves.
And
I don't need to be in all this traffic and craziness.
He's just shaking his head like, like just do but I think it's him and his brother that are there with you in the vehicle. And I'm going to tell you, even though he's like always telling you which direction to go, and uh um the brother just watches out the window. They really are there to protect you as you drive, and they want you to know, with the song "We Are Family," first of all, their family, and second of all, that everybody, all the family on the other side, is always watching out for you. Different people, different places. Like when you're in the kitchen, there's a female there with you. When you're doing something else, there's somebody else. So they all have their like things that they do with you, but they all are always around. Also, your house must feel like, it's funny, the word that popped in. Yeah, it feels like a museum. Like there are people just like all standing around, just being like, here we are. Yeah, your house must feel like like sometimes even they're showing me, sometimes even when you're walking, like you feel like, oh, I can't, if I walk there I'll walk into something or someone, and you're like maneuvering through your home as if you do honor the people that are there with you, and uh all of they're using the word shenanigans. You honor everybody in your home and their shenanigans, which I find hilarious.
I do, because I hear different creaks and things that I never did before. Years ago, never did before. And and I'd say, well, hello, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I have a lot of furniture pieces that came from other family members. Now, and I didn't collect them, it's just because it has their energy with them. It wasn't just about the furniture piece, it was about, it has energy attached to it. And so that's why, and I think fondly of them when I think of, like, for example, my dining room table is like 100 years old, and that was my grandmother's. And I think about how she used to display her china on the table and all the beautiful family dinners. And so all that warmth and kindness and love and care, it still comes through. So that's kind of why I think that they're around, because of the feelings that I get when I think about it. It's always of love and joy and happiness,
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you're absolutely correct, and never let that table go. I want to thank you so much for calling in and being part of the show today. Thank you so much. I hope that that was so helpful for you, and I am grateful for everybody whose family came through today. I want to say hi to Miss G. Patrick. Hey, Patrick. Oh, it's a blackbird singing in the dead of night. Thank you, Patrick. You always come through with the music. Oh, my goodness. Um, Thank you so much, Sal. Don't forget to give the thank you, Sal. Don't forget, Sal is telling everybody, don't forget to give the big thumbs up. Nancy, thank you. Toni, everything made sense. Thank you, Nancy, for that confirmation. Um, and Patrick, I hope you're enjoying California while you're there. I want to thank everybody who is joining me here today. I'm really, really grateful. I'll be back on Wednesday at noon for a minimum of 60 minutes. And I might do another show this weekend, but if I do it, it will only be an hour, not 2 hours. That show kicked my booty a little bit by the time I was done with it. All by myself is that a message? Heather wants to know the song "All by Myself." Is that a message for her? No, Heather, you're surrounded by people who love you. Um, that's funny. That's so funny. Uh, and then Miss Somebody says, I'm waiting for the answer about my daughter, please. I'm sorry. And I'm going to say this again. I don't always get to everybody. If you want to have a chance at getting a better chance of getting your question answered, please call in. The number's 845-277-9131. And there's no guarantee on the show of getting an answer. If you repost it, I'll try to answer it before the show ends. And I will, are you 417? Miss D, are you 417? I might be able to take 1508. Oh, you didn't put your hand up. That's why I love. Okay, I have like 2 minutes. I'm going to tell you this before I click on you. I have like 2 minutes left on the show. Ask your question very quickly so that I can get your answer to you very, very quickly. So, sweetie, what's your name and what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Tuesday, and I'm calling from Florida.
Okay, and what's your question, love?
Well, I lost my daughter, and I raised my granddaughter, and she's in a really depressed and in a suicidal treatment. And I'm just so scared that she's gonna do something. I don't know what to do. So
okay, thank you so much for calling in. I'm going to mute you just because I don't have a lot of time. So the show has to be in 60 minutes because of the way it airs. What I'm going to tell you is I'm going to do some clearing, and hopefully this will help for your granddaughter. Anyone else listening? There's depression. I get a yes. Let's clear that. There is grief. Yes. Let's clear all the grief, all that caused it. I'm so sorry for what you're going through and what your granddaughter is going through. Please know that there are like angels on the other side working to try to help your granddaughter to overcome this grief that she's experiencing. Please know that all the sorrow and sadness is cleared. I get a no. Let's clear that. Please know that they are working to try to help her to understand this better. And I'm so, so sorry for everything that you are going through and for your loss. And I wish I could give you a much better, more detailed answer. Please call back on Wednesday, call back earlier in the show and make sure you push the 1 so that I can see you want to ask a question. And then I will
90 seconds.
I will take your call and we can discuss this a little bit more in detail. And I want to apologize that I don't have more time to spend on this because it's a very serious subject and it's a very difficult subject. I want to thank everybody who has called in, who has asked a question on the chat. I want to thank you all for spending this time with me. I love each and every one of you so absolutely much.
60 seconds.
I will be back Wednesday at noon. If I did not get to your question or your call, please call back then. I look forward to it. Thank you.